Hello, everybody. Welcome to Indigo Tarot Odyssey. How is everybody? I hope everybody is having a great day. These are some of my favorite cards, and I'm going to pull 3 cards right from the center. Oh, I love this. We have Faith and the Hangman. Perfect for that. We have Release, and we have the King of Swords, which we love. Woo! Love this. And then we have Surrender, and we have this beautiful Knight of Pentacles. Beautiful. So when it comes to faith, I love this Hangman. It means pause. Quick story. I was in admissions today. I walked in. There was nobody at the desk. So I thought I'll just stand here because obviously somebody's going to come and give me a ticket or tell me what to do or how long. 5 minutes passes, almost 10 minutes passes, and I'm starting to boil and I'm starting to freak out and going, I see 2 or 3 guys over at the other desk. Nobody's acknowledging me. And that's the thing in a place of business. Just somebody acknowledge the fact that a customer or somebody is there and they might need help. Yeah, I could see they were busy and doing other things. So I went over and I said, listen, I've been here for like almost 10 minutes standing at this desk. Is your admissions open today? Because when I came 2 days ago, there was a sign you were closed because of a family emergency. Is that the case right now? And I was just being really chill. And I said, oh no, he's out checking a car right now. He'll come in and assist you in a minute. So I stay standing there, and the guy comes in because he has to get something from the desk, and he's like, oh, just grab a ticket, which I had. He's like, and when you come in, I'll just get your stuff and we'll get started. But there were a few people around on the couch, so I thought, oh gosh. Now, instead of huffing and puffing and storming out within that 10 minutes of just standing there, I was making all kinds of assumptions that people were ignoring me, because one guy did come in and go, I'm going on my lunch, and he just left. And I thought that was the admissions guy. So I started to boil, and then I said, just pause, just wait, and inquire. So when I knew that I was informed he was out doing something and he came in, he's like, just grab a ticket, and he's like, and then I'll call your number. Now I got really lucky. My number was 88, and in that interim, for whatever reason, the other people didn't know the check-in process, so they had just grabbed numbers and sat. So they got kind of flustered and just left. So I became the next person. They skipped over like 3 people and went direct to me. Fast. The guy couldn't have been nicer. It couldn't have gone smoother under 5 minutes. And just by having that little bit of patience and faith that, I don't like when people push me, to hurry. So it was like one of those things where I said, you made plenty of time for this, so just be patient. And then everything just happened smoothly, and he was very cheerful and very nice. And, I was like, spread good vibes and good energy and, a joke, and just be chill, because it's one of those things that we can get triggered very easily. Anything, the DMV, emissions, any of that kind of thing, right? So the Hangman says, just pause and reevaluate. Think of it from other people's perspective. So say you're at work right now and you feel like a coworker gave you the side eye, or somebody left you something that you thought was snippy. Just pause for a moment, because also I feel like text, there's so much room for miscommunication there, because we're not reading facial expressions. It's just in cold hard print, and sometimes it doesn't come out that way. So instead of assuming the worst, like I was, nobody gives a flying crap and I'm going to stay here till I'm 100, ask, inquire. If there's a question, it's like, that's the adult portion of our brain, not the child that's going to blow a fit. It is like our adult portion that just asks. So have faith in kind of the human condition, that we all experience a lot of the same things. So when we are shown compassion, kindness, gentleness, and patience, we behave that way, right? So know that things are going to come your way and they will work out for the best. Just take that deep breath. Look how calm the woman looks, like, all reclined on a beautiful mossy hill. Just everything will be all right. Let me just pause. Release. This is the best, especially with the King of Swords. I have good ideas, and I'm going to release any doubt, any fears, any underlying guilt that I should be doing something else. Have you ever done that? You like start a project and you're like, I'm just going to abandon this now. It doesn't hold the interest it did, and I'm going to try this. And then you feel guilty and you think, I never finished anything. It's your time. It's how you want to spend it. Never feel guilt or use up any of your brain or heart space or chakra space for a lower vibrational feeling, guilt, regret, any of those things. Just kind of like close that door. I like to do that. I will have a visual of me actually slamming the door on something, like, nope, I'm done with you for now. It's if I start a big house cleaning project, I'm like, I'm just going to mop the floor and do this for now. Close the door. I'll get back to that when I want. And just release any pressure. Just let it all go. Bye-bye. See you later. Because we do pressurize ourselves so much. And this also says that if we have a great and really, really like wild notion or idea and we want to implement it, we don't have to hurry, but we do need to create a healthy void for it, which makes time for us to be able to focus and have follow through on it and not have other things cluttering our mind. So release. I love this analogy when it comes to like, if you went to the store like 5 days in a row and you bought tons of different outfits and you just threw them on the bed, threw them on the bed, threw them on the bed, threw them on the laundry basket, threw them on the shelves, you would have this accumulation of just stuff you don't even know what you have anymore. And instead of feeling like it's a treasured, wonderful new thing, you're going to start to feel like your stuff is overtaking you. So it's like weeding out, leaving your dining room table as clear as possible, leaving clear spaces. Because when we release excess, that's when we now know the resources that we have with clarity and also what we want to focus on, right? That's why I love writing things down. So if you're a person that gets lots of ideas and they impulsively kind of want to drag you in that direction to start and begin it, just put a priority number in front of it, like what you really find most important and really keeps popping up in your head the most. So say you wanted to go get some new bathroom mats and towels or whatever, but you have 10 other ideas that go on top of that. Prioritize. If you really need your bathroom stuff, you put a one there, and that's the thing you have focus and follow through, and then you can cross it off and decide if you want to go on to number 2. And it's about not trying to make every moment of the day be jam-packed with activities, because we need that quiet time to reflect and stop so we can go into this. Just surrender. When we are our most still, like clear water is what we can see through, right? Clear water is still water. So when we are still, we can see the bottom. All the sediment has rested at the bottom, so we can see. Then we can clearly see what we need for a moment of pause. I like to do that, just sit in my chair before I begin reads or whatever, just kind of look out the window and breathe, pause, all of that. And it creates this for us, this beautiful Knight of Pentacles, which is I feel grounded, solid, and I feel ready to go. I'm ready for battle. I'm ready to do whatever. I'm ready to undertake an adventure. Like, let's go. I feel solid. I know what I need. I know the resources that it's going to take, and I'm going to commence. And also commence knowing that we have released any like bonds or ties to time, because, and again, in manifesting, impatience comes in, and I just feel like time is such a screwy thing for me and a lot of people, because if we start clock watching, we think, oh, well, I only have so much time for this and this and that. You hear people too, I'm running out of time, I don't have enough time, who has time to do it? Like, the more we say those things to ourselves, the more we believe it. That's why I like to just say, I have all the time I need. I have all the time in the world. I'm good. Because time is just a construct. But what it is are we having meaningful use of moment to moment? That's sort of what I'm asking myself, when I'm sitting there. I heard this sentiment, and I loved it so much, that for a while, I think it was, it'll come to me in a moment, but this reader was talking about how she thought the good life was having a job, so you could do whatever you wanted, and then you could like Netflix and chill as much as you want whenever you wanted, because society kind of teaches you that's the goal. Oh, you could watch TV from 6 till midnight, watch all these shows, but it's kind of escapism. And if you ever watch so many shows, you stop even like following the plot, because it's just like it's like a blur. Instead of being a nice treat and an enhancement of, say, like 2 hours of Netflix, you've gone on the bender of like 6 hours and just plopped down on the couch, and it's almost like it's overkill, and it's like your mind is recognizing it. This isn't as special or a treat, because it's almost like if you sit down and you eat 5 banana splits. It's not anywhere near as good as those first couple bites, is it? No, it is too much. And that's the thing. You're the one that has to kind of decipher what is too much. And I feel like you're really going to be able to do that beautifully right now, because we think, leisure time or plopping down on the couch, which is a part of leisure time. But I know, and I'm just speaking for myself too, that sometimes I'll do that and I'll feel like it's unfulfilling after like the 3rd show, if I'm like 3 hours in. And that's why I like to mix it up. I'm like, I'll go do reads, I'll make jewelry, and I'll do other things and have little breaks in it, because we're kind of conditioned to think, ooh, that's the ideal, not having to do anything and just zombieing out in front of something, whatever, computer gaming or that, when really it's meaningful moments, and that we don't really have that many meaningful moments if we're on a marathon of like Netflix, that type of thing, right? So this is saying, well, let me evaluate where do I have excess time that I just kind of like waste, and I think it's a great time, but when I really look at it, it's not, and I sometimes feel like that's not the best use of my time to be doing this night after night. And then picking up like some fun hobby, or just drawing peacefully, like listening to an audiobook, just something that removes you and takes you out of that headspace of like, oh, I just want to escape. Because we don't want to escape. We want to live our lives, right? We don't want to escape from our lives. Sometimes, yeah, if we had like an emotional tumult and some things are going on, it's like, I just want to like recenter and watch a show, right? But it's not like you go down the rabbit hole for days and days and days and that's all you do. Because I feel like the more we get to living our lives, the more we want to live our lives. It's almost like when you take that beautiful walk in the park and the dogs are playing and it stays in your mind and you're like, this is magic and this is beautiful. Like, remember all the things that do that for you and recapture them by doing it. Whatever those moments are that make you feel alive and good, that's what we should be aiming for. And surrender. Just surrender what you think you're supposed to be doing and do what you feel like doing and doing what brings you fulfillment and what makes you feel good and makes you feel happy. Like last night, I was really excited while I was watching TV. I was making these amulets. I got some really good emerald aura quartz, and they were like huge and they're amazing. So I started making these fun amulets and just playing with beads. And as soon as I do that, you transition out of that zombie state where like, oh wow, cool, I can make stuff or whatever, you know. Comedy, I like doing things where I can multitask. So if I'm listening to comedians on TV, I can multitask. You know, I can straighten up and organize things and make things of that nature. And I just feel like this is a time where people that want to initiate change, it's going to be very simple. I feel like the next couple of weeks, it's just going to be the ideal to say, okay, I'm going to take this out and add this in, you know, and that can be anything from, you know, supplementing things in your diet, whatever you're doing in terms of trying to keep neat and tidy, because that's a struggle I personally have, because I have so many different crafts and crazy stuff I get up to that my house literally looks like a bunch of crazy glitter fairies and bead fairies just went nuts, and tarot card fairies and went like, wah. So also, we want things that they're ready, right? Creatives know, oh, I want all my pens ready. I want all my sketch pads ready. Yeah, if we have a nice place for everything and we're organized, it feels better. We go back to that craft knowing that we've got all our tools and resources in an area that we need them, where we're not going to lose things, or they're not going to be sucked up by the vacuum cleaner either, right? I think I've lost a pearl or two that way. Anyway, you guys, that is what you were meant to hear today. I hope you guys have a great day. And if you want a private read, all you need to do is DM me. My information is in the description box. And I want to thank you guys for your beautiful comments and watching. I really appreciate it. Love and light.